Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat and we have some wonderful news. Of course, today's video we are going to be proing our very first Tempest card. We're going to see what the pro animation of that looks like. We'll also be doing a fortified one of it because I happen to pull 3 Rosie. But in other more exciting news, take a look at what Zach from Discord, he is one of the admins for Cat Daddy. He has put out this post. He says, "We have rolled out some Season 10 updates and fixes. Here's what has been changed. Road to Glory has been rebalanced. It should now take longer to encounter more difficult opponents. PvP has matchmaking has been adjusted." I think that wasn't meant to be there. The PvP matchmaking has been adjusted. You should now face opponents with cards closer to your player level. All missing experience from the Season 10 update have been delivered to the mailbox of the affected players, and please contact support if you are affected by this issue but have not yet received your credits. And did not receive credits? Okay. The incorrect timer on the Battle Pass has been removed, and an issue in which the Give and Take packs crashed the game has been fixed. Give and Take should now work as intended. This is almost everything that we wanted changed. It seems that Cat Daddy have taken notice of us. We have worked together. We have got their attention. We have told them that we're not happy, and they have listened to us, and they are doing their best to fix things. They are changing things for the better, and they want Season 10 to be as good as what Season 9 was and all the previous seasons before that. So, and big thank you to the Grand Cat, Grand Fleet, all of you out there. I couldn't have done this by myself. I am just the voice of the voiceless. You guys are the masses behind the Grand Cat's voice. So thank you so much for helping to just make the game better, is what I would suggest. You know, it's, of course, the Battle Pass isn't going to come down in price. You know, it's going to be at $28.99. It would be really unfair on people, you know, that bought the Battle Pass for $28.99 and then it comes down, you know, to $18.99. The people that spend that additional money would be not quite happy, I would imagine. But hopefully they've taken that into consideration as well, and maybe the next Battle Pass may be a little bit cheaper. That's what I would like to see. Also, if you go through the WWE Supercard website, you can actually get the Battle Pass for a tiny bit cheaper. Instead of $28.99, it's $24.99. So you do save £4 off of that if you do want the Battle Pass indeed. But let's get on to the main event, the main show that we are here for. We're going to make ourselves a Pro Rosie, and we're going to make him into a fortified one. There's the 3 images that I have of Rosie. Rosie, of course, was the older brother of Roman Reigns, and his good friend became Umaga. Umaga and Rosie were both part of 3 Minute Warning, that were the bodyguards for Eric Bischoff for a little bit in WWE. So very cool to see them. Just more of the Samoan dynasty. Absolutely wonderful to see true legends of the industry showing up in the game today. Of course, unfortunately, Rosie and Umaga both have passed away earlier and younger than what they really should have, but I'm really glad that they've got Rosie in there, and they've got him in his best gimmick, in the superhero gimmick, where he was a superhero in training, and I'm sure you can understand why Vince McMahon wanted him to be called exactly that. But let's remove this one from the decks, and we should be allowed to combine them now. And I think we're going to go for this image. I think that's the one we're going for. So let's combine, and they are both level 100. They both have their 100 games. Let's now combine. We're going to, of course, combine with this one, and we'll go with... We'll go with Chain, I think. And there we are. There is our very first Pro Tempest card. There he is, Big Rosie himself. It's very cool with the lightning flowing around him. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the... what tier was it that had Zeus in the background? Was it Goliath? I think it was Goliath tier. It reminds me a little bit of that, with all the lightning and the clouds and everything going on. Yeah, very, very cool to see that. And now we are going to fortify one of them. So we're going to do that and fortify. Yes, we're going to fortify our Rosie. Yes. And there he goes. He goes up to fortified 1. And we need to train him up next. Is the next thing to do. We also have a B-Fab that I'm going to work on as well. I'm going to make a Pro Tempest B-Fab. It's going to be very, very cool. So let's go to trainable. And if we're going to train, let's use one of these. It says it only gives +9 levels, but let's see what it actually gives us. Full level all the way up to fortify. And there is the stats. He is 320 on speed, 342 on charisma, 363 on toughness, but power is his big one, 382. Now let's see whereabouts that sits on my current deck. He is now our strongest card, even more powerful than our Detention Rick Steiner. Of course, we still have a whole bunch of cards that we can get. We have the entire Noir and... I keep going to say Goliath and it's not Goliath. I've forgotten its name. Crucible, yes, Crucible. Crucible does look a little bit like like Goliath did back in the day. But so we've got plenty more cards to go for. Road to Glory has apparently been fixed. I was just very casually playing along here. I've got myself up to Elton Prince. So hopefully things will be a little bit easier to go for. I'm not going to go for the Andre Trace. We'll see about the Tony D'Angelo, and I'm just going to continue playing until it gets to the point where it becomes difficult. To the point where I would need to realistically drop to a +3 or +6. Also, I'm using Road to Glory to train a whole bunch of cards. Oh well, that was one of them, and okay, we're currently training all of them. So there we are, Tyler Bate. That is the fortified 1 fusion Pantheon Tyler Bate as well. So there we are. So my deck, while training cards, is just in Tempest. So we shall see how far that gets me. I'm going to continue playing along with that. There probably won't be a video made in this because there isn't a heroic side, and I don't intend to complete the Andre Chase either. I'm just going to have fun with Supercard Season 10 in the first couple of weeks. And when we get our first event card, Eddie Guerrero, I will be going for that. I expect it to be a grind. I expect there to be a lot of having to do +3s or +6s and maybe even +2s towards the end of it. But I am going to try and get that first event Eddie Guerrero card, because that will be a huge help, a huge boost to the deck and to the team. And speaking of the team, let us just go into deck editor and we shall throw in Rosie, which did increase it by just a tiny little bit there, and Rick Steiner. There we go. We are very close to the halfway point. In fact, we're over the halfway point between Tempest and Detention. And of course, once we get to that Detention tier, then the rewards are going to go up in Team Battleground, which means that our players will then start to get Detention cards as opposed to Tempest cards from winning Team Battleground. So that is our next objective. But a huge shout out to the Grand Cat Grand Fleet out there. Thank you very much to each and every one of you. It seems that they did take notice of us. They have listened to our problems. They have listened to our woes. And I think together, along with the developers and the players, the player base, we have made WWE Supercard a better game. And I'm a lot more hopeful about seeing WWE Supercard around for a whole bunch of more years than what I was even just 24 hours ago. So thank you all very much for that. I do really, really appreciate you all. I've tried to get around to all of your comments, but there's a lot of you now, and you leave a lot of comments, so I'm trying to do my best. If I miss your comments, it is not through... There's not through any maliciousness. It is just because there is like way more of you guys than when I first started YouTube. So once again, thank you all for all of that. I appreciate each and every single one of my loyal Grand Cat, Grand Fleet members, all of your viewers out there, all of the cult of Grand Cat, and I shall continue to be your voice of the voiceless, the cat of the catless, the grand of the grandless. That doesn't make sense. But anyway, folks, I am going to get back to playing Road to Glory, and there we go. There is just once again what the pro animation for the Tempest looks like. I'm not going to do the videos for every single Tempest that I get. I think the next video that I'm going to try and do is if I get a pro detention card, or if I find anything that I can think of that would make a decent video before then. But this is going to be it for this little video, folks. Once again, I really hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.